Hello everyone, it's Henry on the live stream. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I hope everyone can hear me and can see my screen very clearly. If you cannot hear me or cannot see my screen very clearly, please indicate so that I can have that fixed before we commence. So in this live session, we're going to talk about Ethereum. Thank you so much for your confirmation. In this live session, we're going to talk about Ethereum and what we're anticipating to see in the marketplace. So the first thing we do, we look at the monthly time frame, and as you can see very nicely on the monthly time frame, price has consistently been creating higher highs and higher lows. So potentially this is a higher low, mitigating an inefficiency resting right here. After that mitigation, we saw this expansion to the upside. We go to the weekly time frame, and we can see very clearly on the weekly time frame, we created a high, created a low, and then we broke structure right here. After that break of structure, we go to the monthly time frame. We can see there's a significant inefficiency resting right here. After the break of structure, we're anticipating to see a retest at this inefficiency. The moment price retests this key level, we want to see a 4-hour break of structure to the upside. We'll go to the 4-hour time frame to see what that looks like. And on the 4-hour time frame, you can see this right here. This was the monthly inefficiency, and after we mitigated it, we created a high, created a low, we broke structure significantly. This is our swing high and our swing low. What next are we anticipating to see? We want to see a retest. We want to see price retest this key level within this high, this range low. It's going to be our point of interest. If we're going to continue going to the upside, we want to see a retest at this key level. The moment price retests this key level, we'll be looking for a potential 15-minute shift of market structure to the upside. Now, we're not going to try to pinpoint any exact position that price is going to react from, because we absolutely do not know that. Right here, we have an inefficiency. We have the last down close candles. So two of this is going to be the mitigation area. So it's going to either be the inefficiency or the last down close candle. But personally, I really wouldn't anticipate for price to mitigate this. This right here, as you can see, this was the major down close move. So look at this right here. We have a high, we'll have this low, we'll have this major high, this low, and then expansion to create a higher high. So price can still decide to mitigate this high and continue higher. But personally, the moment we are within this range high and this range low, I will be watching this very closely for a 15-minute shift of market structure to the upside. The moment I see a 15-minute shift of market structure to the upside, I'll be looking for a buy exactly as outlined right here. A high, a low, a high, a low. The moment I see a shift of market structure, I want to see a retest to buy and then potential continuation to the upside. To potentially run low resistance liquidity resting right here, and also this low resistance liquidity that has also been formed right here. As you can see very nicely, this is my key levels, take profit positions, and something we call liquidity inducement. A lot of the times the algorithm will come very close to your point of interest and then react in order to get so many traders to jump into the market, and this is an example of that. You can see how we came very close to the key level, we came very close to the high, and then we reacted from that key level without mitigating that position. Now, a lot of traders are going to be buying from here because this is a high, this is a low, this is a break of structure. So price coming here for a retest, this will be an opportunity for traders to start getting into the market for a buy. Personally, that can still work, because we mitigated this inefficiency. But with my model, my trading strategy, it's already an invalid trade. So me getting into the market above this green line, it just means I'm violating my strategy. So for me to get into this trade, I want to see it drop below this key level. I want to buy within this key level, inside this green, below this green line. That's where I want to buy. And if we're looking at the Fibonacci from this overall low to this overall high right here, you can see right here, price came down and mitigated a discount position. So it's very valid for anyone looking for a buy from here to be in a buy position right now. And look what happened. After we mitigated that position, discount, we expanded and we went straight to an extreme premium. Straight to an extreme premium, and look what happened after that, a sell-off. So I wouldn't really be surprised to see price drop to the downside to come back into this discount zone. So if we do come back into a discount position, then I'll be looking for potential buys from this key level. 15-minute shift of market structure, my first entry. And then if I'm waiting for a retest after the break of the 15 minutes time frame, price coming for a retest, I'll look for a 3-minute shift of market structure, again for a re-entry position. So that is what I'm watching for Ethereum. And we're going to look at Bitcoin as well to see what Bitcoin is doing. And Bitcoin is another one that was giving me the telltale sign that we're potentially going to come down, despite the fact that Ethereum is edging higher. As you can see right here, we'll have this inefficiency on Bitcoin. And already on the daily, we'll have a high, a low, and then we'll have this break of structure. This right here was the last down close candles before expanding to break structure. So if I'm buying Bitcoin, I want to buy within this range. And here's the bodies of the candle. We have inefficiency. So I really would love to see Bitcoin come into this position within this inefficiency. And also the bodies of the candle, the last down close candle. I would like to see Bitcoin mitigate that position. And then from there, I'll be looking for a buy to continue higher. To potentially run buy side liquidity resistance right here, buy side liquidity resistance right here as well, which will potentially put us at an all-time high on Bitcoin. So that is what I'm watching for Bitcoin. And if we're looking at Bitcoin dominance as well, I still would like to see the Bitcoin dominance edge higher into this position. If we're going to see an alt season, we need to see Bitcoin dominance come into this position and reject aggressively. If we do see that aggressive rejection from here, that is when we will start to anticipate for a massive alt season, when you see the low caps, medium caps, and all the rest of them explode exponentially to the upside. So that is what I'm watching for Bitcoin dominance as well. Why this is very essential is because if you can understand the Bitcoin dominance, it helps you to know the right time to start to accumulate altcoins. Altcoins like the likes of Ethereum is an altcoin, even though it's really big now, but Ethereum is still an altcoin, which simply means alternative to Bitcoin. So anything that is not Bitcoin, in my opinion, is an altcoin. Solana, Cardano, Binance Coin, they're all altcoins. So that being said, the next thing we're also looking at is the Ethereum against Bitcoin. So for Ethereum against Bitcoin, as you can see, we'll have a high, a low, and a break of structure. I want to see price come down to mitigate this inefficiency. And you can see how nicely price came down, tapped the highs, but I'm not satisfied with this. I would most likely prefer this inefficiency to get filled. But even if it doesn't get filled, I still would love to see Ethereum mitigate this high. So personally, I still would like to see Ethereum against Bitcoin mitigate this position, because that would be a perfect key level for reaccumulation and then potentially expansion to the upside. I still believe Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin, and right here will be my first target, second target, third target, and then my overall target, and potentially we continue higher to the upside. So if you look at the overall structure as well, you can see a high, a low, a break of structure, retest, expansion, and then a retest here. So I want to see a further explosive move on Ethereum. I want to see Ethereum hit an all-time high really soon, but that needs to happen after we've mitigated this key level that we're watching. So this key level is the factor that could potentially take us higher. Mitigating here is very crucial for me to look for potential buy setups on Ethereum. So that is my analysis on Ethereum US dollar. If you do have any questions based on that, feel free to drop it in the chat. So the next one, we're going to look at the indices. what the indices are doing so far. The key level I outlined on the indices, price expanded higher, and we were around this key level. I was anticipating to see whether we would drop down here, but unfortunately that didn't happen. We saw further expansion to the upside. So for now, I'm just going to be on the sidelines for NAS 100. I'm not going to try to trade it from where we are right now. We're still creating further all-time highs. So if for any reason we come down to run a sell-side liquidity, resting right here, low resistance liquidity, and then I see a 5-minute shift of market structure, that would be a perfect area for me to look for buy setups. But until then, I'm just going to be on the sidelines. So that is my analysis on that one. So we'll have a brief look at Aussie dollar, what is doing so far. So for Aussie, not really so much has been happening today. That is very crucial for us to pay attention to the fact that tomorrow morning by 5:30 a.m. there's going to be 2 high impact news on Aussie hash rate, RBA rate statements, and this could potentially bring in some level of volatility in the marketplace for Aussie. It could potentially take us to the upside or to the downside. Nobody knows what the market is going to do, but eventually we're going to be watching this very closely. Remember, we still have high impact news today by 1:30 p.m. today, and we'll be watching closely to see whether that's going to bring in any sort of volatility into the market. So for now, I'll be watching this tomorrow morning by 5:30 a.m. I'm going to be watching it to see what effect it's going to have in the marketplace for Aussie, whether this can help us to bring price here for us to then accumulate, or whether it's going to take it to continue to the upside. So that is what I'm watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all next time. Have an amazing day, everyone.